Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you, and we're very sorry for this short delay. حضرات السيدات والسادة أيها الضيوف الكرام، مرحبا بكم ونعتذر عن هذا التأخير. My name is Sharif Belfqih and I'm the Dean of Student Affairs at Akhawayn University and your Master of Ceremonies for today. Today we're celebrating the graduation of the sixth cohort of graduates of Akhawayn University. At the beginning of our ceremony, deans, faculty, and graduates will enter the room. في بداية الحفل سيدخل قاعة الحفل السادة العمداء والأساتذة والخريجون. Now, the deans of Akhawayn University schools. Next, to enter the room will be the faculty of Akhawayn University. يدخل الآن أعضاء هيئة التدريس في الجامعة. While faculty are being seated, may I ask you, please, if you haven't already done so, to turn off your mobile phones. بينما يجلس أعضاء هيئة التدريس أطلب منكم إطفاء هواتفكم النقالة أو على الأقل وضعها على وضع صامت. Either turn them off or please put them on the silent mode. And now, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, help me welcome the graduates of Akhawayn University, the class of 2003. They are coming. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will now begin our ceremony with the national anthem of the Kingdom of Morocco. نبدأ الحفل بتحية النشيد الوطني. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. We will begin our ceremony proper with readings from the Holy Quran. Student Faisal Khalid will read a few verses from chapter 16, verses 125 to 128. خير ما نبدأ به حفلنا آيات بينات من كتاب الله العزيز ما تيسر من سورة النحل يتلوها علينا الطالب فيصل خالد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ادع إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بالمهتدين وإن عاقبتم فعاقبوا بمثل ما عوقبتم به ولئن صبرتم لهو خير للصابرين. آمنت بالله صدق الله مولانا العظيم.
Shukran, Faisal. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like now, please, to take a minute to introduce to you our distinguished guests on the stage. We have our Chancellor of the Akhawayn University, Mr. Uthman bin Jalloun. And then I'll introduce the other members, please, if I may, before I give the floor to Mr. Chancellor. Monsieur Alain Duteil, Vice President of ST Microelectronics. And our keynote speaker for today. Mr. Rashid bin Mukhtar bin Abdullah, President of Akhawayn University. Next, Counselor to His Majesty the King, Dr. Abbas Al-Jirari. Next is Secretary of State for Youth, Mr. Mohammed Al-Gahs. The Governor of the Ifrane province, Mr. Lahsan Al-Allam. Counselor to His Royal Highness Prince Abdul Aziz ibn Fahd. Dr. Uthman Al-Rawaf. Dr. Uthman is also a member of the Saudi Consultative Council and a founding member of the list is long. He's a founding member of the Friends of Al-Akhawayn Association in Saudi Arabia. Mr. Chang Il Park, Ambassador of the Korean Republic. Ambassador Abdul Qadir Al-Ansari, Director General of the Cooperation Agency. President of the Meknes Tafilalet Economic Region, Mr. Saeed Shbatu. First President of the newly founded Al-Akhawayn Alumni Association, Mr. Radwan Al-Tazi. I would like now to invite the Chancellor of Akhawayn University to deliver his speech. Mr. Chancellor.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Your Excellency, Advisory to His Majesty the King, Dr. Abbas Al-Jirari, distinguished Minister, Governors and Ambassadors, Mr. Alain Dutheil, keynote speaker of our ceremony, Mr. Board Member, Mr. President Ben Mokhtar, dear faculty and staff, dear graduates, families and friends, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome the parents, families and friends as we gather to celebrate the achievements of the graduating class of 2003. A moment ago, before the opening of this ceremony, I had the opportunity of seeing up close your cheerful faces during our traditional photo shoot. And believe me, your excitement and enthusiasm is definitely contagious. Today is a special day. Finally, you can see all your hard work and accomplishments rewarded. We are proud of you. I thus wish, dear graduates, to share some insights with you based on my own personal experiences. I would like foremost highlight the recommendation: remain aware of your immediate and global environment. Integrate the dimension of your responsibility as citizens. I recommend that you express a commitment. Certainly, you have been blessed with a gift, which is your education. You constitute privileged youth with your unique cross-cultural experience living in this university. But with this gift comes responsibility. In the face of deep changes in Morocco and in the world, you will be called upon to spread what you have to share and shed this light of your experience. Your lives will be enriched by your professional experience, but all the more so through your commitment to public service, by giving back part of what was given to you, whether to your university, your communities, or your countries. This commitment reflects a first aspect, that of cultivating a world vision with respect Moroccan culture and values, all the while placing it within a global perspective open to the world, nourished by other views and a universal ethic. Morocco is precisely very well positioned to establish these bridges, and you are its ambassadors. Dear graduates, I invite each and every one of you to make a commitment, also encompassing a dimension of the future, that of responsibility towards future generations. From the beginning of your professional life and throughout, always keep this responsibility in mind. This responsibility is about a duty of audacity and imagination in the face of multiple challenges that threaten our environment right at the dawn of the 21st century. The ecological environment threatened in its biodiversity, the atmospheric environment, and the risk of pollution definitely damaging. The environment which is being violated throughout the world, that of freedom, of democracy, respect of human dignity, based on mutual understanding and the ideal of shared well-being, peacefully and safely sheltered from the ills of conflicts. The environment of cultural diversity, faced with the pressures of an impoverishing uniformization. An environment of economic and social progress and the continuous quest for what engenders the creation of employment and wealth, the dissemination of education, training, and information. Dear graduates, now as you are about to step away from this beautiful campus, after years at AUI, be aware that there is a complex world waiting for you out there, shaken and reshaped by many tragic events all over the continents. We have witnessed what happened recently in Casablanca. That was wounded in its core. We have been overwhelmed by emotions, from shock and puzzlement to anguish and grief in the face of this tragedy, as no one ever imagined it could happen at home, on our own soil. Consequently, let me express to you, dear graduates, my last recommendation. My last recommendation has to do with another aspect of your commitment, the requirement for spirituality, and for the majority of us here in Morocco within the framework of our religion, Islam. Our Islam, an Islam of tolerance, of dialogue, and of coexistence, an Islam of peace that preserves from obscurantism, fundamentalism, and extremism in acts and words, in practices and customs. We must, above all, preserve this incomparable, rich Moroccan civilization. We received it as inheritance, and we have to hand it over to future generations. Through this commitment to future generations, that way, no one will ever touch our patrimony. No one will touch our country. Matqis biladi. Matqis biladi.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. With your permission, I'll take a couple of minutes just to give highlights in Arabic for those who don't speak English. English. I won't be long, I promise. أود أن أوجز للسادة الحضور بعض ما ورد في خطاب السيد عثمان بن جلون باقتضاب. خاطب الخريجين وقال: منذ فترة كانت لي الفرصة سانحة لكي أتأمل عن قرب وجوهكم المشرقة خلال فترة أخذ الصورة التذكارية، وأود أن أقول بأن ابتهاجكم وتفاؤلكم أضحى معديا. ثم خاطبهم قائلا: لقد تمكنتم من الاستفادة من الحاضر المتمثل في تربيتكم، فأنتم شباب محظوظ، فقد عشتم في محيط متعدد الثقافات في هذه الجامعة، غير أن هذا الامتياز تصحبه مسؤولية. تحدث عن التزام الخريجين الذي يجب أن يتعلق أولا باحترام الثقافة والقيم المغربية ونظرة تندرج في آفاق منفتحة على العالم. تحدث أيضا عن المسؤولية تجاه الأجيال المقبلة، وتحدث هذه المسؤولية تتبلور في الجرأة والابتكار، المحافظة على المحيط البيئي، وأيضا المحيط الثقافي والاقتصادي والاجتماعي. ثم تحدث أخيرا عن المتطلبات الروحانية التي يجب أن يتحلى بها كل خريج في إطار إسلام التسامح والحوار والتعايش، والإسلام الداعي للسلام والذي يحمي من الفكر الظلامي والتطرف والتعصب. وقال: لقد تلقينا حضارتنا كميراث من أجدادنا ويجب أن ننقلها إلى أحفادنا. وأنهى كلمته بالإشارة إلى كلمة متقس شبلاتي. I would like now to invite the President of Akhawayn University to address the graduates. يتفضل الآن سيد رئيس الجامعة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear graduates, dear parents, ladies and gentlemen. It's gives me great pleasure to have you with us today to celebrate the graduation of the 6th cohort of our students. This is a moment long awaited by the students, and we are gathered here in recognition of the efforts they made and the achievements they realized. This moment is also awaited by parents to see their loved ones reap the fruits of their efforts and sacrifice, and rewarded for their perseverance and hard work. So this is as much their celebration and ours as it is a celebration of our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to congratulate the graduates of 2003 for the achievement they made during their years of study at this university. To them I say, I am sure that as you leave this place and engage in a new experience, you will remember the moments of joy and satisfaction you had at this very environment, the friendships you made, and the academic and life lessons you learned. These are the moments that will stick to your memories to accompany you in your way on the future. You have learned to work under pressure and adhere to the rules of the institution while contributing to our continuous quest for improvement. You have lived in an environment whose main concern is to cultivate and foster the values of dialogue, tolerance, and understanding, and to prepare its students to be good citizens of their country while being able to coexist with the other regardless of his culture and beliefs. Time has proven our approach right. Following the May 16 tragic events of Casablanca, which we deplored at the time in the strongest of terms, our conviction grew even stronger in our mission statement, that of fostering an environment of tolerance and mutual understanding, which we teach, promote, and defend. More than ever before, education institutions like ours are called upon to lay the foundation of a multicultural basis for tomorrow's citizens of the world, to emphasize the principle of peace, identity, tolerance, and love, and celebration of life. Dear graduates, as you leave this university, you will continue to carry the real meaning of these values and the importance of commitment to them. Let them be the candle that enlightens your path to the future, to explore the wide and promising prospects awaiting you as you spread AUI's message around you. Our faculty's role has been very important, and I invite them to keep up the good work they are doing. I take this opportunity to express, on behalf of the class 2003, deep gratitude for their hard work and dedication, not only to their academic duties, but to the education for life in general, without which today's achievement would have been very different. I commend our faculty and staff for the good work they do, even under stressful circumstances at time. Thanks to everybody's efforts, students, staff, and faculty, we remain a dynamic where different nationalities, religions, and culture coexist in mutual respect of one another, despite the international climate today. About 40 students from 24 international institutions have joined us this summer for an intensive program to learn our language and culture and to provide us with invaluable opportunity to learn about their culture and perspectives. I'm glad some of them have joined us today to share in our celebration. During your stay at UWA, you have witnessed a number of academic and physical changes. The university has started conducting scientific research and faculty and students publication. You have seen the creation of the AZU Center for Local Community Services, the Center for Environmental Issues and Regional Development, the Center for Women Empowerment, the launching of the first incubator project. But I have not to forget you witnesses too, water in the swimming pool. Yes, sometimes I regret these times where there is a lot of jokes and sketch about the swimming pool. But I hope that perhaps your class may initiate a tradition, that of jumping or diving in the swimming pool before leaving, all the class together. The university too has started a commitment with its environment. It means the region of Meknes Tafilalet. And we are happy here to have his president among us. I am so glad to announce the birth of the Alumni Association, and we are happy to have its president who will address you shortly on behalf of the association. I hope that you together and we with the association will continue to carry on UI's message, mission, and to defend the reputation of our institution and the excellence of its education. We are determined to carry on our quest for excellence and international recognition. In this regard, we are working on a number of projects which will benefit our students and enhance the good practice of our institution. Among these are the project of quality assurance with the UNDP and accreditation through the Middle States Commission of Higher Education, with all the work it entails and the good results it is expected to yield. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to celebrate the graduation of 129 students, distributed as follows. Graduates, 42. School of Business Administration, 26. School of Science and Engineering, 8. School of Humanities and Social Sciences, 8. Undergraduates, 87. School of Business Administration, 62. School of Science and Engineering, 21. School of Humanities and Social Science, 4. Finally, I seize this opportunity to invite our graduates to take with them the spirit of accreditation, which can be best summed as continuous quest for improvement and its validation by peers. I also call upon them to take with them the spirit of tolerance and dialogue and to better represent their institution outside. They will be ambassadors of EY and our mission will continue through them. I would like to reiterate my warmest congratulations to our graduates and my best wishes for success to the next phase of your lives. Thank you all for your presence and attention.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, a short summary in Arabic, if you don't mind. تحدث السيد رئيس الجامعة للخريجين وذكرهم باللحظات السعيدة التي قضوها في الجامعة وعن الصداقات التي كونوها خلال دراستهم. وذكرهم أيضا بحضور الضيوف متميزين شاركوا في تكوينهم، وشكر أيضا هيئة التدريس والمستخدمين والموظفين الذين سهروا على ذلك. كما أشار إلى حضور عدد من الطلبة الأجانب من 24 جامعة أجنبية يقضون معنا فترة الدراسة الصيفية. وقد ذكر السيد الرئيس بالتزام الجامعة بالسعي وراء التفوق والاعتراف الدولي، حيث شرعت الجامعة في التعاون مع برنامج الأمم المتحدة للتنمية في برنامج لجودة التعليم، وذكر أيضا بالتعاون مع جهة مكناس تفلالة التي يرأسها السيد سعيد شبعتو الذي هو معنا اليوم، وكذلك نوه أيضا بتكوين جمعية خريجي جامعة الأخوين التي يرأسها السيد رضوان التازي الذي سوف يتحدث إليكم بعد قليل. وأعطى إحصائيات الخريجين اليوم. يتخرج اليوم 129 طالب في السلك الثالث اللي هو ماجستير، 26 في التجارة، 8 في الهندسة، و8 في العلوم الاجتماعية. في طور البكالوريوس 62 في التجارة وإدارة الأعمال، 21 في العلوم والهندسة، و4 في العلوم الإنسانية. يتفضل الآن السيد رئيس الجامعة لتقديم السيد ألان دوتاي. The President now will introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. Alain Dutey.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear graduates, I have the pleasure and the honor to present Mr. Alain Dutey, and I have to say a few words why we have chosen him. I think it's very important. We chosen him because he is an example of a wonderful career, an outstanding achievements, and he is one of the leaders in the microelectronics industries that, as you know, is one of the main industries for our times. We choose him also because he has an international career. He worked in different places and, of course, have different responsibilities. Just a few words about his biography. He started his career with Texas Instruments as a production engineer and had different positions in France and in Dallas, Texas. In 1980, he was director of human resources of Texas Instruments in France, then director of operation, always with the same company in Portugal, and then director of Thomson Semiconductors at Aix-en-Provence site in 1983. Then director general of the Discrete Products Division, and in 1980s, Alain Dutey initiated the development of the semiconductor industry in Morocco through supervising the first investments and transferring the first teams of Aix-en-Provence to Casablanca. He also modernized the Insbah factory thanks to the transfer of the first automated lines. Alain Dutey is also president of SGS Thomson Morocco, and in 1989 he was received along with Pasquale Pistorio in the royal palace by late King Hassan II. In 1989, Alain Dutey became corporate vice president of the company, occupying the function of director of human resources and world director of test and assembly factory, back end, and then strategic director of the company. In May 1994, Alain Dutey was named corporate vice president, director general of strategic planning, parallel to his position as Corporate Vice President of Human Resources. Advocate of total quality management, he equips ST with an original training tool, ST Microelectronics University, based in Fuvo, and linked through antenna to Catan in Italy, Phoenix in USA, and Singapore. ST Microelectronics University has trained more than 20,000 ST employees in management as well as in many highly technical fields. Alain Dutheil is also president of ST Microelectronics SA, the joint venture created with the people of the Republic of China, and member of board of the trustees of ST Microelectronics Malta and ST Microelectronics Malaysia, three major sites of test and assembly of ST all over the world. As you noticed from his career and his different position, he is the right man to speak to you, give you some lights for your futures. Thank you very much. And with me, applause before we go.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the nice words. Excellencies, distinguished guests, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it is a real pleasure for me to be here today, even more so in this beautiful location that I had the occasion to visit this morning with Mr. President, where I met some of you. It is a pleasure to be here with you today and to be addressing so many young talents from this university, which has already gained for itself such an excellent reputation for serving Morocco's educational, cultural, and economic objective and contributing to the international community through its courses for the advancement of science and technology. Some of you may know that Morocco is very dear to my heart, and Mr. President was mentioning that a while ago. In fact, I have a direct link with this country for many years, and I have been following its development and progress, both as a country and as a main location for ST Microelectronics very closely. When I joined Thomson Semiconductor from Texas Instruments 20 years ago, in fact, I made the decision to start moving some assembly and test line from France, from Aix-en-Provence to Casablanca. This proved to be a very successful move, and the excellence of our facilities in Morocco, together with those in Malta, Malaysia, and Singapore, contributed strongly to our company's subsequent growth and success. Back in 1987, when Thomson Semiconductor merged with the Italian SGS Microelettronica, I was appointed corporate VP in charge of manufacturing back-end activity, the part of the semiconductor manufacturing process that deals with the assembly, test, and shipping the final product to our customer. Our plant in Morocco came under my direct responsibility, and from that position I was able to further confirm the importance that Morocco could have for the company, which, by the way, at the time already had many manufacturing facilities in different parts of the world, a fact that actually didn't make our choice any easier. But the choice was made, and gladly so, to further enhance our presence in this country, rather than closing down the existing and fairly old facility in Ain Seba and Douskoura. We decided to renovate them, to upgrade them, and to expand them. And at the end, to turn into what this infrastructure is today. One of the largest and most advanced sites for back-end activity of a corporation at worldwide level. But as you will see later on, the progress does not end here, and we recently decided to invest into a design center which now employs around 50 skilled engineers and is poised for further development. But again, I will tell you later about it. Let us get now to the point of what I would like to talk to you about today, at a time when you are faced with important choice concerning the direction you will follow in your professional life. Rather than a theoretical speech, I feel that the best thing I can do is to tell you about the company for which I work and through its success story to try to give you some additional tools to help you to make your decision about your professional life. Well, the semiconductor industry began just after the World War II in 1948, and as we all know, once it started to take off, it grew rapidly. In fact, about 15% per year, year after year, as a compound growth rate. First with some product like discrete devices, and then with integrated circuit. Microelectronics became more and more pervasive in consumer equipment, telecommunication, automotive system, and computer. In the USA and in Europe and in Japan, hundreds of chip manufacturers were founded to meet the ever-growing demand for microelectronic devices. However, it became apparent in the 80s that Europe was falling behind the worldwide competition in microelectronics, especially if you compare to the USA and later to Japan. There was a real danger that European companies would come to depend on US and Japanese chip suppliers for the technology they needed. Responding to this challenge, Thomson Semiconductor and AGS took a significant decision in 1987 to merge in order to gain the critical mass necessary to move on to the next phase. AGS Thomson Microelectronics, known today as ST Microelectronics, was born. At the time, both companies were minor players in the global semiconductor market. We were around number 20 in the world, and many analysts were really doubtful about this merger. They were all very surprised when we became one of the key players in this semiconductor industry. And when they saw our spectacular success story. How did we do that? Well, we realized at the start that the most valuable asset any company can have are not only its tangible assets, such as facilities, plant, and so on, but above all, its people. We wanted to be the kind of company that deserves its success, one that suppliers and customers would respect, and one that creative, talented people who want to join and be proud of being part of it. Of course, this didn't happen immediately. In our first year, although we had a strong portfolio of product, we had a strong technology and a good geographical presence, we were only number 15 in the world semiconductor ranking. Our billing was very poor, about $800 million. We were losing money, and our debt was more than $600 million. A really explosive combination. Yet today, ST is a top 5 company worldwide and has a pride of having greatly contributed to the strength of Europe's semiconductor industry. Since its birth, ST consistently grew faster than the overall semiconductor market, continually gaining market share, both in good time and in bad time. And we have maintained our position without resorting to the mass layoff and cut in R&D expenditure or strategic investment that so many of our competitors have had to make. We were able, during bad time, to preserve the integrity of our organization and the loyalty of our people. Today, ST is a leader in many important application areas. How did we manage to build leading-edge expertise and solid commercial success in so many different fields? A key part of the secret of our success is the enthusiasm and talent of our people, and the other part is not a secret at all. It is something we have been saying publicly ever since our birth in 1987, and more importantly, that we have been consistently doing ever since. It is based on 3 strategic guidelines. Number 1 is innovation. In our industry, if you don't innovate, you are dead. And the innovation are driven by the strategic alliance we have been able to establish with our key customers. Number 2 is globalization, by which we mean having an integrated presence, including manufacturing, sales, of course, and design in all the world's main macroeconomic systems. And The last one, the third one, is productivity drive through total quality management, what is universally known as a TQM. Let's start with innovation. Because all of you here are potential innovators, R&D is expensive in our industry, but ST has never considered for 1 minute sacrificing its commitment to innovation, even in the toughest market condition, and we have consistently spent more in R&D than most of our competitors. We have always been confident that the technology that we develop can be turned to commercially successful product. One reason for that confidence, which I will come back to later, is the belief that we have in our people and the commitment that we made to them. But another important factor is the strategic alliances that we have been able to establish with some of our customers or leaders in their field of application. This strategic alliance have one of the major benefits is that by working closely with leading players in the various application segments, we are able to focus our R&D program more accurately on the technology and methodologies that our customer will actually need in the near future to maintain their own leading edge. Globalization is perhaps a controversial word today, but we have a specific interpretation of the term. We at ST mean by globalization is a commitment to having an integrated presence in all the major microeconomic systems in which we operate. Here in Morocco, for example, we not only are present with manufacturing activity, which is the core of our activity, with one of the world's most advanced assembly plants, as I said earlier. Here in your beautiful country, we also have design center that give Moroccan engineers an opportunity to play their part of the world's most dynamic industry, designing semiconductor device that will be used in equipment made and sold all across the world and belonging to a worldwide team that is respected everywhere for its innovation. Although TQM was actually invented in the USA, in fact it was Professor Deming who started it, but he was not listened to in the USA. He exported this know-how in Japan. And Japan was the first country to apply this principle rigorously to the semiconductor production. There is no doubt that it has helped Japanese manufacturers to be in a leadership position in the 90s. But also it changed the way the worldwide semiconductor industry approached the issue of quality. As you can imagine, in my position of Corporate Vice President for Human Resources for a corporation that employs more than 43,000 employees in 5 continents, any working methodology that encourages motivation, cultural exchanges, and productivity growth are very important to me. And in fact, this is what TQM is all about. It is not simply a measurement methodology, it is about empowering people and providing a culture in which they can continuously develop both personally and professionally. Believe me, 43,000 employees, empowered and enthusiastic, these are people that can take their job to heart and get it done, can do wonders in terms of result and creativity. And after all, microelectronics is based on that. The enthusiasm, the creativity of motivated individual people working together. Today, the TQM culture has evolved into something which is much more than it was originally intended. At its core, it is still about becoming more and more efficient by never being satisfied with our achievement and searching always for continuous improvement. But the perspective in which the achievements are evaluated are expanded significantly. In fact, within ST, we don't talk any longer about TQM, we talk about TQEM, Total Quality and Environmental Management. What we mean by this is that quality means much more than the simple production statistic. It means measuring our performance against all of the most important economic, social, but also environmental standards. Manufacturing a complex chip, such as a set-top box, decoder, for instance, involves some easily calculated costs, such as the number of dies per wafer and the wafer yield, but it also involves less easily calculated costs, such as the amount of energy and water required to produce each chip, and the impact that these have both within the community in which the manufacturing takes place and also on the whole world. We decided to take all of these factors into account. We developed methods for assessing the true cost of manufacturing semiconductor devices, and we pioneered methods of minimizing those costs. As you may know, for the last 10 years, ST has placed environmental responsibility among its key objectives. There is no time today for me to tell you all about the results we have achieved, which are in any case well documented and accessible on our website. Let me just mention what we call our environmental decalogue, which set out 10 major rules and set the company many ambitious targets in terms of reducing the amount of energy, water consumption, and other resources that we use, including the publicly stated objective to be carbon dioxide neutral by 2010. And while we are on the subject of environmental protection, let me say a few words about what we are doing here in Morocco. As you know, greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide are the major contributors to global warming, and one effective way of reducing their impact is to plant new forests. So just over a year ago, ST signed an agreement with your country government to plant 10,000 hectares of forest over the next 6 years in forest of La Marmora. This removes 5,800 kilotons of CO2 from the atmosphere over the next 40 years. ST will pay all costs associated with the planted forest. Thank you. But let us get back to technology. This university and all the students and graduates in this room are going to play an important part in expanding the role that Moroccan people can play in the development of science and technology. From PC and mobile phone to the new medical technology that are being developed today, semiconductor technology is now at the very heart of our world. Today, the semiconductor industry is a worldwide phenomenon. Expertise is distributed all over the world, and the most successful semiconductor companies are and will continue to be those that have the desire and the ability to work at a worldwide level, gaining from local expertise, but also giving back as much as they gain. Which again brings me back to Morocco and why we are here today. The relationship between ST and the Moroccan people has always been one characterized by mutual benefits. We have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in our Moroccan facilities, and every single dollar was a wise investment. Because here in Morocco, we have one of the world's most advanced and productive semiconductor assembly and test plant. The huge success ST has achieved would not have been possible without the contribution from each of the thousands of people here in Morocco who are part of ST worldwide team, and to my colleague led by Mohamed Lasri, who run our Moroccan operation. In an industry as competitive as ours, it is essential to have an efficient manufacturing machine, but manufacturing, though it is a winning point for our company and one of the recognized reasons for its success, is not all. In fact, it is equally vital to have access to the most talented and creative mind to provide the innovation and fast, complete solutions that are necessary to give a customer a competitive edge. And finally, we get to the role of universities and young talent. Universities has always been key partner of ST. We have important relationship with universities all around the world, in Europe, in the US, in China, in India, in Singapore, and also here in Morocco with the Mohammedia School of Engineers in Rabat. In Rabat, where our design center is located, In fact, some of our designers there are graduated from this university and may even have received a diploma in this very room. And we need more of you. We are always looking for expertise because our skill, the real success, is that we are willing and able to work with innovators around the world who share our vision. In my role as Corporate Vice President for Human Resources and as one of the top managers of this company, I have given a lot of thought over the years to the question of what, in fact, makes a good manager. Well, my answer goes back to the time I was working with Texas Instruments 30 years ago, when I was a young engineer. At that time, Fred Busey, who became later the CEO of Texas Instruments and was an executive vice president, listed 9 key qualities you need to become a good manager. The most important on this is integrity. We have recently seen several examples of large organizations collapsing, disintegrating because of this lack of integrity from the managers. Secondly, a good manager must be able to make profit. A company that is not financially viable cannot make a contribution to the society. Another essential quality is the ability to innovate and to recognize and support innovative ideas from others. Allied to this is the willingness to take risk. The path that seems the safest is not always the optimum path to take, and in fact you cannot be innovative if you are afraid to take risk. Balancing this, a good manager must have the ability to get things done. The most brilliant new idea still need a good manager who can make it happen, and to this the manager needs good judgment. This is a facility for critical thought that enables the manager, based on fact and feeling, to evaluate the worth of people, program, project, and proposal. Another key quality is the ability to delegate authority and, of course, share responsibility. A good manager gives subordinates the power to take certain decisions on their own. If their actions are successful, the manager gives them full credit, and if they are not successful, the manager must share responsibility for the failure. Thus, in fact, is at the heart of what we at ST means by people empowerment, a key factor in our overall TQM approach. A good manager must also have the ability to attract, develop, and hold outstanding people. Good managers develop and inspire future good managers. Last but not least, the final quality is vitality. If we are to achieve our objective as a business enterprise, we must create and maintain a vital organization through growth, intelligent changes, and excitement. A stagnant organization full of rigid people will first lose its best people, then its customer, and then, of course, everything. As I said, I first heard about these 9 points 30 years ago, but I'm sure you have noticed that it's absolutely astonishing that how they are still true today. I would like to end my speech by saying that I have spent my professional life working in microelectronics, and I am proud of the contribution our industry has made and will continue to make to the growth and development of the world. I am proud of being part of a company where the managers see it as an essential part of their job to create both a vision that all of our people can share and a culture in which they can contribute and grow, one in which the dream can be turned into reality. So the best advice I could give to all of you in this room and to all the graduates of your university is indeed to do what I did so many years ago. When I was a student and I had to choose among many possibilities in my course of life. Think of innovation, science, and why not microelectronics when you choose your path for your future studies. And as your career develops and your responsibility grows, always remember the 9 qualities I mentioned earlier in my speech. I am sure that the world needs people like you, the world needs your talent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dutey, for this enlightening speech. We will make it available in translation for those people who do not understand English. سنوفر لكم ترجمة لمن يريد لهذا الخطاب الهام، لكن ربما نقطتين أو ثلاثة أكد عليها السيد دوتي هي بعد طبعا تهنئة الخريجين، هي التحلي بروح الإبداع والتجديد والقدرة على مسايرة العولمة. ثم ذكر بعد ما تقوم به شركته في المغرب في عين سباع وبروسكورا، وكذلك الدور الذي تلعبه الجامعة في توفير الأطر لتلك المؤسسة، وذكر بحاجة مؤسسته للمزيد من الخريجين من هذا النوع. نصح الطلبة بروح المغامرة والإتقان في إنجاز المهام واقتسام المسؤولية وتفويضها. Now the president of the university will hand a memorial plaque to our keynote speaker. يقدم الآن السيد رئيس الجامعة لوحة تذكارية للسيد ألان دوتي. Thank you, Mr. President. The time has come now for you to stand and be recognized for your achievements. حان الآن وقت تكريم الخريجين. يتفضل الآن السيد نائب الرئيس للشؤون الأكاديمية للإشراف على هذا الجزء من الحفل، دكتور إدريس وعويشة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللحظة التي ينتظرها الخريجون بكل شغف، فلن أطيل في الحديث. سنبتدئ بالسلك العالي أو الدراسات العليا بكلية التجارة، ثم كلية العلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية، ثم كلية الهندسة والعلوم، ثم نمر إلى الخريجين الحاصلين على البكالوريوس، ونبتدئ بعلوم الهندسة وكلية التجارة وكلية العلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية. فعلى بركة الله نبتدئ، وأطلب من الدكتور أحمد درويشي أن يتفضل مشكورا لتسليم الشواهد للطلبة. Dr. Ahmed Drouishi will deliver the diplomas, the degrees to our graduates of the MBA. And we'll start with Abdelkrim Ashir. Fannaz Ziman. عبد الحفيظ بكاوي. منيا بن دنقير. فخيتا دريسي. ليلى الدهري. خليل البرنوسي. عطية القديري بوتشيشي. أمينة الريمي. هند فقير. هدى قلزيم غائبة وستستلم مشاهدتها من المكتب بعد الحفل. أمال حدودو. يوسف خليفة. عمر لحلو. أم كلثوم الخليفي. حميد مقدر غائب. خديجة مح. أمين مليكي. منام الساري. هدى مجاهد. محمد أنيس مولين غائب. رباب ودغيري. وفاق الرطل بناني غائبة. نادية صرغيني منعم. عزيز سجلماسي إدريسي. بشرى الطاهري جوطي. Thank you, Dr. Driouchi. And I'll call on Dr. Mohammed Dahbi to deliver the diplomas from the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. Masters in Applied Humanities, ماجستير في العلوم الإنسانية المطبقة رشيد أجليز. ثم ماجستير في الدراسات الدولية والدبلوماسية بوتينة بن موسى. الحبيب بوران. أمين شابي. عبد اللطيف فيلالي أزهري. الحسين غزوي. لي ويلز روبرتسون غائبة توجد في الولايات المتحدة، وكذلك عادل الصرغيني. فأشكر دكتور محمد دهبي. وأطلب من دكتور أمين بن سعيد أن يتفضل مشكورا لتسليم شواهد الكلية. الماجستير في شبكات المعلوميات Master of Science in Computer Networks هشام العقاوي. عبد الحق البركة غائب. ياسمين أمل البجي. عمر عراقي حسيني. ليلى خاي. مريم مح. إيمان مليل غائبة. توريا زداوي. ونمر إلى شواهد البكالوريوس. أطلب من دكتور بن سعيد أن يظل في مكانه ليسلم شواهد البكالوريوس من كلية العلوم والهندسة. وفي شواهد البكالوريوس سأذكر الميزة مع الشهادة، وهناك 3 ميزات: ميزة ممتاز، جيد جدا، وجيد. We'll start with the bachelor's degree, and then I will mention the distinction: summa cum laude, summa magna laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. First, Alia Qasimi, summa cum laude. عصام بالرحالي سوما كوم لاودي. أمينة جوب سوما كوم لاودي. محمد أمين مستري سوما كوم لاودي. إكرام بن سعيد كوم لاودي. محمد شرايبي كوم لاودي. خديجة لوه كوم لاودي. منير محمدي كوم لاودي. يوسف مدغري كوم لاودي. عثمان سنتيسي كوم لاودي. دريس أيت بنيشو. محمد طه الزواي. عدنان بصري. عبد الله بونو. إكرام الشيخاوي. محمد حب الملوك الصفريوي. دينا حطي الشعيري. نسرين المشتقي. جيهان مهاني. خلود مرابط. أسامة الصفريوي. Thank you, Dr. Ben Said. I'd like to ask Dr. Driouchi to come up for the baccalaureate, for the bachelor's degrees. نبدأ بشواهد البكالوريوس في إدارة الأعمال، وأذكر الميزات مرة أخرى: جيد، ممتاز سوما كوم لاودي، ماغنا كوم لاودي جيد جدا، وكوم لاودي جيد. أنيسة عشعاشي سوما كوم لاودي. مريم بنونا سوما كوم لاودي. طارق الدريوشي سوما كوم لاودي. أسامة المجاهد سوما كوم لاودي. عائشة عراقي سوما كوم لاودي. زكريا محبوبي سوما كوم لاودي. صوفيا الزودي سوما كوم لاودي. محمد الشناوي سوما كوم لاودي. لميا الحرش ماغنا كوم لاودي. إيمان السلاوي ماغنا كوم لاودي. زينب أخنشوف كوم لاودي. مولاي عمر علوي كوم لاودي. زين العابدين بشيري كوم لاودي. حليمة بوخريس كوم لاودي. أم كلثوم العلوي محمدي كوم لاودي. حسام البسيوني كوم لاودي. عمار الشباكي كوم لاودي. يونس فقير كوم لاودي. عبد الله حمدوش كوم لاودي. عبد القادر حيدة كوم لاودي. لبنى مبتسم كوم لاودي. محمد أسامة الرئيس كوم لاودي. محمد عبد الرحمن إدريسي. مريم أبيدار. أحمد أمين أقرام أبسنت. نادية بار. ويديان بالحاج. يونس بن شقرون. لالا خدوج بن خضران. صوفيا بن كيران. هشام بوكجا. سناء دوكس. فاطمة الزهراء الجابري. أسامة الغزالي. يونس الغازي. سهام الغزال. عادل الحاج. حسناء الكتاني الحميدي. زينب اليعقوبي. إكرام النشار. حياة فخور. رضا إدريسي قيطوني. نجوى إسماعيلي علوي. كلثوم جمال الدين. سارة كرومي أبسنت. هدى خليل. سلمى خلوق. حنان خوا. محمد لحلو. سلوى الوهابي. للا هدى الولتيتي. ضياء المريني. هشام مجبر. جلال مجيدي. جليلة مرسلي. غدا مفدي. عمر رشيدي. الغالي السرغيني. جعفر سقلي. نهى الطيفي. وفاء طوبي. ياسين يحيوي. I'd like to thank Dean Driouchi and ask Dean Dahbi to take over for the degrees of the School of Humanities. Bachelor of Science in Social Sciences, بكالوريوس في العلوم الاجتماعية، وفاء صديقي. Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, بكالوريوس في الدراسات الدولية، سناء مختاري كوم لاودي. غزلان تبر كوم لاودي. أمال زيدي كوم لاودي. وإذ أشير إلى أن هذا البرنامج تم فتحه وإنجازه بفضل كبير للمساعدة التي أعطتها للجامعة وزارة الشؤون الخارجية والتعاون في الدراسات الدولية والدبلوماسية.
Well, thank you very much, dear graduates. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And congratulations once again. It's well deserved. I'd like now to invite a president of the Alumni Association. It's only the 6th cohort, and yet we have an Alumni Association. And we hope that 50 years from now, you will come back and attend the graduation of the 56th cohort, and we hope to see you then. إذن بالرغم من حداثة سن الجامعة هذا هو الفوج السادس فقط. تكونت جمعية خريجي جامعة الأخوين، وأتمنى أن أرى، ربما لست أنا ولكن ناس آخرين، أن يروا هؤلاء الخريجين بعد 50 سنة يحضرون حفل تخرج الفوز السادس والخمسين. Who knows? طيب. I'd like to invite the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Radwan Tazi.
Mr. the President, dear Mr. Vice President, dear members of the Board of Trustees, dear IUI faculty, dear students' parents, dear students and parents, dear students and graduates, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like, on behalf of all the alumni community, to congratulate all the students who are graduating today. Congratulations. You can be proud of yourselves, as we are all proud of you. Graduation day is a very important day in every student's life, since it marks the end of years of hard work and studies, and the beginning of new experiences and challenges. However, it does not necessarily mean the end of the ties between graduating students and their university. All over the world, alumni associations have shown to be the best means to maintain and keep alive the links between the university and its graduates. That is why I'm very happy today to present to you our association, Akhawayn Alumni, an association that we hope you all are going to join. The association has been created during the Alumni Day that took place here in this auditorium on the 16th of March 2003. During that day, many of the alumni body gathered and voted to give birth to the association and to elect its board of directors. This day was crucial for all because it has officially launched a new phase of development for both the alumni and the university. The Alumni Association plays a vital role in keeping the whole alumni body, be it fresh or old graduates in junior or senior positions, tied together either physically throughout the organization of events, gatherings and ceremonies, or virtually via the use of internet, meeting rooms and websites. This allows all students to share and learn from new professional experiences, exchange ideas and concepts, and generally be informed about new trends, alumni success stories, and of course about university news. The Alumni Association may also have a role in helping an alumnus finding a job and jumping on work opportunities. As time passes by, employed alumni base grows larger. The alumnus becomes present in different industries and can convey precious information about vacancies and trends in the business arena. The Alumni Association indeed keeps an updated directory of its alumnus and can be a useful source of contacts. Inspired and ambitious, the Akhawayn Alumni Association has set a very challenging agenda. We have created committees for each main function in order to achieve our goals. More than that, in most committees, we have already realized some achievements. For illustration purposes, in the fundraising committee, we have targeted some candidates and potential partners nationwide and worldwide, and we are currently preparing a recognition ceremony for all the business partners who financially supported AUI in achieving her mission. In the membership committee, we have now 50% of the alumni body, which is more than 800 graduates, registered within the Alumni Association directory. In the placement and networking committee, we have established contact with 2 major hiring and placement companies in the Moroccan market, and we have already connected students with companies for job and internship positions. And in the event committee, a 2-day seminar scheduled for the coming weeks will be held in the premises of the Executive Education Center at the Technopark in Casablanca. It targets a bouquet of managers from multinationals and important institutions. As you may notice, there is a lot we can do in order to maximize the benefits from the Alawai endeavor. But also, you may have noticed that an association is handless without the main and most important resource, its members. Now that you have earned your degree and completed your program, we invite you to come in and join this exciting and ongoing alumni experience. It is a win-win partnership where everybody interacts in the benefit of the Akhawayn alumni community. We hold weekly meetings in the Executive Education Center in Casablanca each Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Everybody is welcome. For all of you, and especially for those who could not make it to the Technopark or will be working abroad, please join our website and stay tuned to what's happening within Akhawayn Alumni Association. Having briefly presented to you what we have done up to now and what we can keep and we will keep doing in the next future, and having invited you to join us, please let me once again congratulate each one of you on behalf of the alumni body for having succeeded in your journey within Akhawayn University, and let me wish you happy graduation and good life. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you, Radwan. By the way, Radwan is one of the first students to graduate. He was among the first cohort which graduated in 1998. So thank you again. باللغة العربية بسرعة كان يتوجه أكثر شيء للخريجين، فقد أشار إلى الجمعية التي تم إنشاؤها وذكر بالدور الهام الذي يمكن أن تلعبه في حياة الخريجين وفي إنجاز شبكة يمكن أن تساعد الخريجين على ولوج ميدان العمل، وذكر باللجان التي تعمل في هذا الميدان، وطبعا نوه بالخريجين وشكرهم. It is traditional for graduates to select one of them to deliver a short speech in their name. And as Dean of Students, I can tell you that students always have the last word. So we will have the last word for the graduating class. إذن جرت العادة أن يختار الخريجون أحدهم لإلقاء كلمتهم، وهذه السنة اختار الخريجون أحد طلبة برنامج الماجستير في الدراسات الدولية والدبلوماسية، عبد اللطيف الفلالي الأزهري.
Mr. President, Excellencies, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and fellow graduates, good afternoon. On behalf of all graduates of the class of 2003, I would like to thank you all very much for being here today. It is a pleasure for us to see you all gathered in this auditorium for the same reason, celebrating our graduation and witnessing one of the most important turning points of our lives. This day would not have been a reality without the remarkable support of you, wonderful parents, dedicated faculty, and strict but fair administration. It seems just like yesterday when we all were caught up in the midst of a hectic student life. worrying about which classes to take and which ones to avoid, what professors to take classes with, and again, what professors to avoid. And once this is all taken care of, we choose the right time to start nagging and complaining about a multitude of things. But this is all over now. Our college experience is already in the early stages of becoming a memory. Our photographs are stolen images that will one day also fade. What we are left with is an open door made possible by a first-class education we all received at a university whose outstanding motto is excellence and identity. Isn't it great to look in the eyes of all your fellow graduates and see the joy and pride they are all bottled up with? Well, this feeling is the wonderful fruit of the sacrifice, love, and dedication of all parents, those present among us today and those absent, who might not understand the language mostly used here, but can and are identifying with all of us through the language of the soul. Thank you very much for all of you done for us. Thank you. I bet each one of my fellow graduates has a stockpile of memories to share with his, her friends, and loved ones. Hopefully we'll get the time to do that at a later stage. Personally, I got to AUI to get a master's degree. After 2 years, guess what? I got a wife as well. Well, I got a wife as well who, unfortunately, due graduating, would not be with us today. Another good thing was that I didn't have to pay tuition fees to get her, or for her. Anyway, if we are standing here today, it is not due to our academic achievements alone. It is also because of our ability to make good use of the extracurricular activities the university provided us with. These activities, we believe, should extend to seriously enhance the ties between the university and its alumni. We were part of this institution, and we shall always be. Again, the graduates of the class of 2003 are very much indebted to all of you, and thank you for everything. والآن أتوجه بالشكر إلى جميع الآباء والأمهات الذين جعلوا من هذا اليوم حقيقة وإنجازا رائعين. لكم منا نحن الدفعة السادسة من خريجي جامعة الأخوين أصدق عبارات الشكر والامتنان. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Thank you, Abdul Latif. Thank you, Abdul Latif, for this eloquent and touching speech. ربما لمن فاتهم 3 أو 4 نقط. قال عبد اللطيف نيابة عن الخريجين: لقد أصبحت اليوم حقيقة بفضل تضحيات أولياء الأمور والمدرسين وإدارة الجامعة. بالأمس كنا نبحث عن الدروس التي يمكن أن نأخذها أو تلك التي يجب أن نتجنبها، أي المدرسين ندرس معه وأي المدرسين نتجنبه، والآن ها نحن نتخرج. قد لا يفهم جميع أولياء الأمور ما قيل اليوم، لكنهم فهموا لغة القلوب ولغة العواطف. جئت لهذه الجامعة للحصول على ماجستير، وكذلك حصلت على زوجة، وللأسف زوجته لا توجد معنا اليوم، هي خارج الدولة. وطبعا كان ممتن لأنه لم يجب عليه أن يدفع الرسوم الدراسية، فقد دفعت هي رسومها الدراسية بنفسها. وأكد طبعا على العلاقة المتينة التي يجب دائما أن توجد بين الخريج وبين الجامعة. As we now draw to the close of our ceremony, please rise for the national anthem of Morocco. أدعوكم للوقوف لتحية العلم النشيد الوطني. Thank you. Please be seated while the graduates make their exit from the room. Just two quick announcements, please. You're all invited to lunch in the soccer field. الآن أنتم مدعوون لحفل الغداء على في ملعب كرة القدم. And tonight at 9:30, for those of you who are here, there will be a party here in this same room. You're welcome to join us. سيكون حفل شعبي غنائي على هذا المسرح نفسه في مساء هذا اليوم. شكرا لكم جزيلا. شكرا. Thank you for coming.